Isaiah 55, roughly page 457 in the scriptures. This book, isr-messianic.org, but you use whatever translation you prefer. Okay? Okay, bear. Alright, good talk. O everyone who thirsts, come to the waters. Yeshua. I'm the living waters. And you who have no silver, come, buy and eat. Come, buy wine and milk without silver and without price. Why do you weigh out silver for what is not bread, and you labor for what does not satisfy? Listen to me, and eat what is good, and let your being delight itself in fatness. Incline your ear, and come to me. Hear so that your being lives, so that your soul lives. And let me, Yahweh, make an everlasting covenant with you. A how long lasting? An everlasting covenant with you. The trustworthy, loving commitments of David. King David. Messiah comes in the line of King David, the root of Yishai, Jesse. Mashiach ben David, the righteous king in the line of King David. A king. Kings have what? Rules, laws, consequences. Yes, I know this eyebrow's out of control. Let's fix that. Got it. Glamorous. GQ material. See, I have given him, capital H, him, who? Yeshua? As a witness to the people, a leader and a commander for the people. Mashiach ben David. A leader and a commander. Commander. Am I making this clear enough? See, a nation you do not know shall call, and a nation who does not know you run to you. Like Gentiles? Because of Yahweh your Elohim, and the set apart one of Israel, for he, capital H, he, has adorned you. Seek Yahweh while he is to be found. Call on him while he is near. Let the wrong forsake his way, and the unrighteous man his thoughts. Let him return to Yahweh, who has compassion on him, and our Elohim, for he pardons much. For my thoughts are not your thoughts, neither are your ways my ways, declares Yahweh. For as the heavens are higher than the earth, so are my ways higher than your ways, and my thoughts higher than your thoughts. This is quintessential here. And you may have heard in Christendom, I have, well, you know, brother, his ways aren't our ways. Yeah, but what does that mean in context? You don't need to understand everything there is to know about Yah. The Hukim and the Mishpatim. The Hukim are the commands that logically don't make any sense. Red heifer, for example. Why's it got to be red? What's up with that? This was King Solomon, the Jewish lore, the oral traditions of the Yehudim say that King Solomon understood 612 of the 613 mitzvahs, the commands, the laws, and the right rulings. The one he didn't get was the red heifer. And for each one of those 613, again, Jewish oral tradition, of which I'm not a Jew, I believe in Messiah, and I'm non-denominational. I read the book and I do what it says. I'm not a Messianic Jew. I'm not Hebrew roots. I'm not this. I'm not that. I keep the Torah and I believe in Messiah. By grace through faith, we are saved, lest any man should boast, right? We are all have sinned. All have sinned and fallen short of the glory of Yahweh, our Elohim. Me included, especially me. I got a bad track record of flying solo without Yah, right? But anyway, King Solomon, the Yehudim say, understood the 3,000 different facets and applications, 3,000 for each of the commands, save one, the red heifer. By grace through faith, we are saved. He took it on faith that I have to do this thing even if I don't understand what it's supposed to mean. I don't get it. King Solomon, the wisest man in all the world, didn't get it. And yet he did it anyway. If you remember back to the dedication of the first temple, King Solomon planned to party for a week, to feast for a week. And so many rams and lambs and bulls were brought. It's like 120,000 rams and 7,000 bulls were brought by the people of Israel to dedicate the temple, that they extended it for another 7 days. Right? Like, dude got it. And even still, he fell short, didn't he? Yep, whoring and idolatry. Which is why the Father constantly reminds us, hey, whoring's no good. Idolatry, no good. Don't do that stuff, because it will make even the mightiest man, even the King Solomon's, fall from grace. But back to the Hukim and the Mishpatim. The Mishpatim are the obvious laws, the obvious commands. Yeah, hey, if you dig a hole, fill the hole back in so somebody doesn't break their foot in the hole. Obvious. Put a railing around your porch so nobody falls off of it and they die. Obvious. If you rape little kids, you deserve death. Obvious. That's Mishpatim. The Hukim are the ones that aren't obvious, that we have to do by faith. And why do I bring that up? Because his ways are not our ways. His thoughts are not our thoughts. And just because they don't make sense to us doesn't mean they don't make sense to Yah. And that's where our faith comes in. Do this because I said so. Just like a child, you say, I need you to do this. They don't necessarily need to understand why. Now, as they grow and they get older, it's good for them to understand contextually why, because that creates buy-in in order for them to be able to continue to do the things that you've commanded them to do. But when you're first beginning with children, at some point, because I said so becomes part of the conversation. Yeah, but why? But why? But why do I have to clean my room? How come I? Because I said so. Because that's the way we behave in this family. And the Torah is the same way. This is how we behave in this family. So, his thoughts are higher than our thoughts. His ways are higher than our ways. If we could comprehend him fully, who would be the Elohim in this relationship? Me or him? See, if I can fully conceptualize Yahweh or Elohim, why would I serve him? Who's the God in that relationship? If I can wrap my mind around him, that makes me greater than him. Newsflash, I can't. I don't get everything that's in this book. I don't understand everything that's in this book. It's not my job to understand everything that's in this book. In fact, a proof text for that. Flip with me to Deuteronomy, the second telling. Devarim 29, 29. The secret matters belong to Yahweh our Elohim, but what is revealed, what we know to do, belongs to us and our children forever, to do all the words of this Torah. The secret matters belong to Yahweh our Elohim, but what is revealed belongs to us and to our children forever, to do all the words of this Torah. So back to Yeshayahu, Isaiah 55. For my thoughts are not your thoughts, neither are your ways my ways, declares Yahweh. For as the heavens are higher than the earth, so are my ways higher than your ways, and my thoughts than your thoughts. For as the rain comes down and the snow from the heavens, and do not return there, but water to the earth, and make it bring forth and bud, and give seed to the sower and bread to the eater, so is my word that goes forth from my mouth. It does not return to me empty, but I shall do what I please, and shall certainly accomplish what I sent it for. His word will not return to him void. It does not return to him empty. And it is his word, capital W, word. We talked about the two words in the Torah portion on Men's Group Monday last week. The two words. The Judaic understanding of this is the one word is the oral Torah and the other word is the written Torah. The Messianic Messiah-based understanding of this is the one word is the Torah. The other word is John chapter 1, the Word made flesh, Yeshua HaMashiach. That's the tradition I ascribe to. Although we know that the Torah was oral before it was written down because Abraham kept it. It's called the Law of Moses, but that's because Moses is the one who received it and wrote it down. Yah wrote it down. Moses was the caretaker of it. Without jumping into that rabbit hole, and didn't do so good at caretaking the first time around, had to give it a second go. Point being, his words, we know that there was an oral Torah before it was given and written down, given to Moshe, because Adam transgressed it, Cain transgressed it, Noah kept it. How did Noah know what clean animals were to put on the ark? All this is before the time of Moshe. How is Joseph so righteous that he becomes a model for the first coming of Messiah, Mashiach ben Yosef, the suffering servant? Right? Abraham kept the Torah and was called a friend of Yah. How did he keep it if it wasn't written down? It was oral, but then it became written down. So these words, so is my word that goes forth from my mouth. This would be the Torah that goes forth from the mouth of Yah. So, and this is important to understand. The commands are Yah's law. They're God's law. And the hay that has been made out of this in Christendom, nailed to the cross, done away with. Well, that doesn't square with Malachi 3 verse 6. I'm the Lord Yahweh Sabaoth. I change not. I change not even a little bit. Yeshua HaMashiach, the same yesterday, today, and forever, in whom there is no change or shadow of shifting. I change not. It's not man's laws. It's Yah's laws. And what was nailed to the cross, Colossians 2 2:14, is the doctrines and dogmas of men, what was added to the word, which is against the Torah. You shall not add to or take away from the word of this Torah. So is my word that goes forth from my mouth. It does not return to me empty. If he says it, he means it. If he endeavors to do it, if Yah endeavors to do it, it will be done. It does not return to me empty, but I shall do what I please. Yeah, because you're the creator of the universe. And shall certainly accomplish what I sent for it. Now, how does that work? Right? I shall do what I please. Again, let's go to Deuteronomy, 28. Because Yah's will is going to be made done. It's going to happen. It's inevitable. So where do we fit into this picture? There's an if-then statement. Deuteronomy 28. And it shall be if you diligently obey the voice of Yahweh your Elohim, to guard to do all his commands, which I command you today, that Yahweh your Elohim shall set you high above all the nations of the earth, and all these blessings shall come upon you and overtake you, if you obey the voice of Yahweh your Elohim. And it goes on and on and on with these blessings, and they're incredible. Blessed in the city, blessed in the field, blessed is the fruit of your body, blessed is your livestock, blessed is your basket and your kneading bowl, blessed are you when you come in and when you go out. Yahweh causes your enemies to flee before you and to be smitten. Blessings on your storehouses. See, storehouses. Preparedness is biblical. Storehouses. You got storehouses? You should have storehouses. Yahweh does establish you as a set-apart people to himself, as he has sworn to you, if you guard the commands of Yahweh your Elohim and walk in his ways. What does Yeshua say? If you love me, keep my commands. Well, he meant Jesus' commands, not God's commands. Well, how do you square that with I and my Father am one? Echad. Shema Yisrael, Yahweh Eloheinu, Yahweh Echad. Yahweh is one. He changes not. Malachi 3 verse 6. Yeshua HaMashiach, the same yesterday, today, and forever. If you love me, keep my commands. Matthew 19:17. If you wish to enter into life, guard the commands. John 12:52. I know that his commands are everlasting life. Oofta. So now there's a an inverse here. If you obey, things go well for you. If you look at 15, and it shall be if you do not obey the voice of Yahweh your Elohim, to guard to do all his commands and his laws which I command you today, and all these curses shall come upon you and overtake you. And they are the inverse. Cursed are you in the city, cursed are you in the field, cursed is your basket and your kneading bowl, cursed is the fruit of your body and the offspring of your flocks, so forth and so on. So Yah's will is going to be done. You can be obedient to him and participate in his will, heed his words, do his words, and receive blessings, because you're literally furthering the kingdom at that point, because you're participating in his will. Or you can be rebellious and not participate and not listen to his words, and then all these curses shall come upon you and overtake you. And newsflash, you can be a child of Yah. You can be saved and be cursed because of your disobedience. You can be an absolute heathen Gentile piece of garbage and be blessed because you're adhering to the law. Because it's simple cause and effect. See, the law, the Torah, think about it like the immutable law of gravity. You don't have to believe in gravity. If you jump off of a tall building, you're going to break your legs whether you believe in it or not, because you transgressed the law of gravity. Does that make sense? So if you obey the law of gravity, you recognize the law of gravity, and therefore you make good choices. You don't jump off of tall buildings. You don't break your legs. You don't get collapsed lungs and double tension pneumothorax because you jumped off of a freaking roof. You'll be blessed. It's cause and effect, if-then statements. So is my word that goes forth from my mouth. It does not return to me empty, nor does Yeshua return to him empty. His other word, the word made flesh. But I shall do what I please, and shall certainly accomplish what I sent it for. We should have faith in that. For with joy you go out, and with peace you are brought in. The mountains and the hills break forth into singing before you, and all the trees of the field clap the hands. Instead of the thorn, the cypress comes up, and instead of the nettle, the myrtle comes up. And it shall be to Yahweh for a name, for an everlasting sign, which is not cut off. Thus said Yahweh, guard right ruling, and do righteousness, for near is my deliverance to come, and my righteousness to be revealed. Blessed is the man who does this, and the son of man who becomes strong in it, guarding the Sabbath, lest he profane it, and guarding his hand from doing any evil. And let not the son of the foreigner who has joined himself to Yahweh speak, saying, Yahweh has certainly separated me from his people. Nor let the eunuch say, look, I am a dry tree. Wait, what? The son of a foreigner who's been joined to Yahweh. The eunuch saying, we got a different set of rules. Yahweh has certainly separated me from his people. No, you are his people if you're joined to him. For thus said Yahweh to the eunuchs who guard my Sabbath, and have chosen what pleases me, the commands, and are holding onto my covenant. To them I shall give in my house and within my walls a place and a name better than the sons and daughters. I give them an everlasting name that is not cut off. The Word made flesh, Yeshua, what was he doing? Gathering in all these nations, all these people, the dispossessed, the displaced, the unbelievers, bringing them into the family of Yah. It's actually important to point out, the ministry of Yeshua did that. Yeshua said, I come first, but for the lost sheep of the house of Israel. And then after Acts chapter 2, when the Holy Spirit descends, and not for the first time, by the way. Acts chapter 2 is not the first place we see the Holy Spirit. But when the Holy Spirit descends like flames of fire, tongues of fire upon the apostles, the taught ones, they go out and they start ministering to the entire world. Shaul of Tarsus has his come to Jesus moment, if you will, literally. And he becomes the apostle to the Gentiles. Versus Peter, John, James, the apostles to Israel. And many others. There's many others. But point here being, the word now goes out to all nations. That's a fulfillment of the covenant of Abraham, that in Abraham, the seed of Abraham, all nations shall be blessed. Why is that important? That's why Matthew chapter 1 starts with the genealogy of Yeshua Messiah, including Avram or Abraham, because it's a fulfillment of all nations shall be blessed by you. Yeah. See, Yah, but I shall do what I please, and I shall certainly accomplish what I sent it for. His word. This is why covenants stack. You can't remove pieces from the puzzle and think you still got it all put together. It doesn't work that way. You can't take Lego bricks out of the tower and not let it fall over. It doesn't work that way. Yah has endeavored from the beginning to do this. The covenant, the promise he made to Abraham 4,000 years ago, still in play today. That's the family you join into, Yisrael, Israel, the descendant of Abraham, the Father's chosen people. When you accept Mashiach, Messiah, that's how you get grafted in, Romans 11:16. And then once you're in the family, there's ways that the family behaves and ways that the family doesn't behave. That's why for the first 200 years of its existence, believers in Messiah were a sect of Judaism. Now again, rabbinical Judaism today has become an abomination because they've added so much to the word they don't even know what the word is anymore. And obviously they've rejected Messiah. That's a no-go. That's a bad way to end up in the kingdom, to reject the living God. Probably a bad idea. Although Israel has a strong track record of rejecting the living God. But there's rules for how you participate in the family. And that's the ministry of Yeshua, is bringing all types of people into the family, not just the Yehudim, not just the 12 tribes, all types of people. For thus said Yahweh, to the eunuchs who guard my Sabbaths and have chosen what pleases me and are holding unto my covenant, to them I shall give in my house and within my walls a place and a name. My Father's house has many rooms, right? And a name better than that in the sons and daughters. I give them an everlasting name that is not cut off. Also the sons of the foreigner who join themselves to Yahweh to serve him. The sons of the foreigner, the Gentiles, to serve him and to love the name of Yahweh and to be his servants. All who guard the Sabbath and not profane it and are holding on to my covenant, them I shall bring to my set apart mountain, Zion, Jerusalem, and let them rejoice in my house of prayer, the temple. Their ascending offerings and their slaughterings are accepted on my slaughter place, for my house is called a house of prayer for all the peoples. The Master Yahweh, who gathers the outcasts of Israel, declares, I gather still others to him besides those who are gathered to him. And of course, we see the fulfillment of this in the New Testament. We were seeing the fulfillment of this now. You can't have the New Testament without the Old. There's nothing new about it. It's the walking out of the Old Testament. It's the fulfillment of, the embodiment of. The Greek word plerau of means embodiment of. Matthew 5:17. Truly, truly, I say unto you, until heaven and earth pass away, not one yod, not one tittle shall fall from the Torah till all be done. That's the words of Messiah. All is not be done yet. We're in the midst of all right now. And if you read the end of the book, Revelation, which we're doing on Sunday mornings here currently, it becomes absolutely clear that even after all has been done, there's a new heaven, a new earth, a new Jerusalem, and a new temple. And that temple is physically Yah, indwelt in the city with all of his people. And there's temple service. And there's Torah. Because the family has rules. This is how we behave when we're in this family. All you beasts of the field come devour, all you beasts of the forest. His watchmen are blind, all of them they have not known. All of them are dumb dogs, unable to bark, dreaming, lying down, loving to slumber. And the dogs have a strong appetite. They never have enough. And they are shepherds. They've not known understanding. All of them look to their own way, everyone for his own gain, from his own end, saying, Come, let me bring wine, and fill oneself with strong drink, and tomorrow shall be as today, even much greater. Yeshayahu 55 and 56. Bless y'all. Shabbat Shalom.